Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button before we dive into this fascinating story. Imagine discovering a childhood mystery that shapes a legend. That's exactly what Marcel Borelli felt when he uncovered the secret behind Mary Anning's early life. Um, Growing up in the charming countryside of Dorset, England, uh, Mary Anning's childhood was anything but ordinary. Self-taught adventurous, she spent her days exploring the rocky shores of Lyme Regis, where fossils dotted the cliffs like hidden treasures. Her early discoveries paved the way for groundbreaking paleontology. Um, Yet few knew her story beyond her fossil finds. Uh, Fast forward, Marcel Borelli, a Swiss filmmaker with an unwavering fascination for fossils, was inspired by her story. His childhood passion for collecting fossils aligned perfectly with the tale of this pioneering woman. It wasn't just about making another film, it was about telling a story that could inspire children to dream big. Borelli's journey into animation started with the encouragement of his mother, who believed that drawing could cure boredom. Surprisingly, he he only considered cinema seriously after abandoning his chemistry studies. Uh, Inspired by Swiss animation legends, he embarked on creating independent projects, gradually building momentum for his first feature film. Um, why choose Mary Anning for children's film? uh, Borelli saw her as a relatable hero. Her story of curiosity, resilience, and breaking societal boundaries resonated deeply. Um, he wanted to show that even from humble beginnings, uh, children can pursue their passions despite societal expectations or gender roles. Um, he emphasizes that kids have historically been overlooked in biographical stories, and yet, recent cultural shifts spotlight young heroes like Greta Thunberg, proving that youth voices matter audiences. And Borelli believed Mary's story deserved to be shared with young audiences to ignite curiosity and a love for science, portraying her conflicting desires, her passion for fossils versus societal constraints, um, adds depth to her character. The film explores her struggles against conservative views that dismiss women and science, highlighting her fight for freedom and knowledge. Um, and it's a reflection of the ongoing tension between naivety and the adult world's rigidity. And in crafting the visual style, Borelli entrusted his friend Marjolaine Perricon, a talented art director. Her gentle and whimsical approach brought warmth and friendliness to the film's universe. Instead of his usual playful style, he wanted visuals that felt inviting and fitting for children, with curving elements contrasting against a rugged shoreline backdrop. Directorial influences ranged from the heartfelt spirit of Billy Elliot to the intimacy of Ozu's Good Morning, and he kept the camera simple, close-ups and side views to focus on characters' emotions. To keep production manageable, they used Toon Boom's puppet animation, blending artistic finesse with practical choices. creating a refined look without a massive crew. The soundtrack was a bold choice. Punk rock tunes discarded from the typical children's film playlist that inspired by artists like Shio Zaleski. The music added edgy, rebellious spirit that echoed Mary's bold character. It sparked debate, but also made the film stand out, proving that children's stories can have a punk attitude too. Hidden in the details are nuggets of paleontological history, like the first ever depiction of Duria antiquior, an illustration by geologist Henry Dillabesh from 1830, inspired by Mary's discoveries. These subtle references deepen the story's authenticity, rewarding viewers who pay close attention. Looking at Swiss animation's landscape, Borelli notes that while new talent emerges, funding remains scarce. Smaller productions he created early on are now hard to support, hampering growth. Being outside broader markets limits access to funding programs, making large projects challenging. Yet he remains optimistic about the future, knowing that Swiss artists have much to offer if given the opportunity. His passion is contagious. Cinema is not just a job, it's my passion, he says. Sharing stories that inspire, especially with children, is what drives me. And perhaps the best part, his film's soundtrack, plenty of rebellious punk, reminds us that even history can have a little fun. Maybe next time, instead of dinosaurs, we should bring back some rock and roll fossils. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.
Welcome.